And welcome back to Love Your Food. This week we're doing sort of a double header. We're going to be doing sushi rice, and we're also going to show you how to make some basic sushi at home. If you're a big sushi fan, it's not too hard, honestly, to make sushi at home and make it look pretty restaurant quality. This is all sushi we made just at home, and none of us are particularly trained in making sushi, so here's our ingredients. We're starting with sushi rice and sushi vinegar. This is for the rice, and there's some special properties I'll talk about later. We're going to be making sushi with some cucumbers, some cream cheese. We've got some nice toasted sesame seeds here. We've got some beautiful sushi quality tuna, some smoked salmon, and of course some nori, which is just a dried sheet of seaweed that we use for wrapping. So let's get going with our rice first. Now we're just going to use our rice cooker for this. And you want to follow whatever the instructions are that your rice cooker gives you. And the first thing we're going to do is rinse our rice. So we definitely want to try and wash some of the extra starch off the outside of our rice. And you can see here, the water is extremely cloudy, and we are starting off by getting rid of some of that extra starch on our rice. So we're just going to pour that off. If you're very gentle and very careful, you don't need to strain it or run it through colander or anything. You can just very gently pour it off. And we're going to continue to rinse this until that water is much clearer. Basically, we want to keep going until you can see individual grains of rice through the water. And that may take a few attempts because sometimes that rice is very starchy and we have a lot to pour off. So next round, we are just going to pour that off. And then run it under the water again. Make sure you have good clean hands, and you can just give it a little rinse in the water with your hand. It's starting to clear up a little bit. It's still pretty cloudy. So we're just going to pour off that one. And then again, we're just going to run more of that. And you want to rinse this in pretty decently cold water, honestly. Now we're starting to see some individual grains through the water, but it's still cloudy. So we're going to run this through one more time. So draining it off once more. And then one last rinse. And now we're ready to just add the water in there and cook our sushi rice. Now, you can continue running water through your rice until it is perfectly clear, but it's usually not completely necessary. And this will help your rice come out less clumpy and a little bit more individual grains instead of one big piece. Now, for cooking your rice, we're just going to do the rice cooker for this. And some people will actually put kombu seaweed in the rice cooker for this. We're going to actually do it differently. The sushi vinegar we have has the flavor of the kombu seaweed in it, so we're just going to do it that way. So we're going to take our sushi rice out of the rice cooker once it's cooked, and then you just want to gently break it up because we're going to add some vinegar to this right now, and you can see it's nice and fluffy, but you want to make sure that you're not squishing it, so you don't want to mush it against the side of the bowl. You also want to use, if you don't have a wooden bowl, which is much more traditional, don't use a metal bowl because it will, because of the vinegar, pick up flavors of the metal. So it'll get a sort of metallic flavor if you use a metal bowl. So a plastic bowl or a glass bowl is really what you want to use. And then to mix in the sushi vinegar, you just want to gently sort of cut through the rice until it's all well blended. Then we want to make sure that once it's all well combined and the sushi vinegar is added to the rice, sort of make sure there's none stuck to the sides, get it loosely clumped in the middle, and then cover it with a clean, damp cloth. Now, I know this cloth doesn't look particularly clean. It's fresh out of the laundry. It is just, it's just stained from old things, but it is clean, I promise. So now, while that's waiting and covered with a damp rag to keep it from drying out, we're going to start getting our ingredients for the sushi together. So we're going to start with the cucumber for the kappa roll. And we're just going to cut this into long, thin strips. So we're going to start by cutting it into panels. You can remove the skin entirely if you like. We're going to leave it on. It's got a lot of flavor. It's really good for you. We're just going to cut this into these nice, long, thin strips. Helps to have a very sharp knife to do this. And then just set that aside, and this is ready to go. The cucumber sushi is the easiest one for sure. It's just cucumber. So we're just going to get our seaweed ready. Sheets of nori have a smooth side and a rough side. So this is the rough side. You can see it's got a little bit more texture to it. And this is the smooth side. You can see it's a little bit shinier. We want to leave the smooth side on the outside of the roll, and we're going to be putting the rice on the rougher side. You want to leave a little bit of a margin at one side to be able to sort of seal your roll closed. You also want to make sure that your hands are good and damp when you're handling the sushi rice to prevent it from sticking to your fingers. So we're going to get some of our rice out and just mush it down onto, again, the rough side of the nori. And there we go. You can see we've got our rice stuck down, and we're just going to pop some of that cucumber on there. And you can cut it up. You can, help it fit however best it fits. So you get a nice sort of even coating, an even layer of cucumber in the middle there. And then we're going to use our sushi mat, which is absolutely invaluable in getting you a nice even roll. So we're going to use that sushi mat and just apply pretty even pressure. A little bit of dampness on the nori will help it sort of stick to itself. And of course, a little bit of plastic on your rolling mat will help it keep it clean and will help rice to keep rice from sticking to it. And we're just going to roll that up. You want to get a good, nice, tight roll, no gaps of air or anything in there. And that's something that just comes with practice. Usually your first one will be a little bit loose, and they'll get better as you practice it. So a good sharp knife, and again, you want to perhaps let the blade be a little bit damp so the rice won't stick to it. And there you go. You can see good distribution of the cucumber through there. And then again, you just want to cut that with your very sharp knife. If your knife isn't quite sharp enough, it will mush the sushi a little bit. And then next up is our smoked salmon. So we're just going to cut our smoked salmon into strips. This is obviously a little bit more of a non-traditional flavor combination for sushi, but it's one you see a lot in sushi restaurants in North America for sure. So we're just going to be doing smoked salmon and cream cheese. And we're just using Philadelphia cream cheese because it is the easiest to work with for this sort of application. It's already in a block shape, so it's easy to cut into strips. And it's got that good firm texture. A lot of really nice, more artisanal cream cheeses are softer and come sort of in like a scoop shape instead. So this is just easier to work with. Now, unlike the last time, we are going to be turning this roll inside out, so it's one of those rolls with rice on the outside. So we're going to actually stick the rice to the shiny side of the nori sheet. We're going to cover a little bit more of it as well because rolling it up on the outside, it has more space to cover. We're going to add a little bit of our nice toasted sesame seeds. Again, this is a beautiful decoration for the outside of your sushi. And then we're going to flip over our nori sheet. And starting on the side that has this little gap, we're going to start putting our ingredients down. So on goes the smoked salmon. And again, if you're having a hard time making it fit, then you can cut little bits off or anything. It doesn't matter as long as you can get a good sort of even layer in the middle there. And we like to be generous, so we're just going to load it up with that beautiful smoked salmon. And then once again, just a little dampening on the nori will help it stick to itself. And use your mat to just help you shape it. and give you a good tight roll. And there you go. And that side is going to end up facing down, so you don't need to, it doesn't need to look perfect. Once again, this is home sushi. It doesn't need to be restaurant quality. We are certainly not experts in rolling sushi. Good sharp knife with a damp blade again, and you can see that's a good tight roll, and all your ingredients are well balanced in there. Now the last thing we're going to do is deal with this beautiful tuna that we got, this amazing fatty tuna. And this is sushi quality. You don't want to just go to a fish store. You do need to make sure that what you're buying is sushi quality. And you want a very sharp knife. Our knife is maybe not quite sharp enough, and we are not experts at sushi, as I said. Now, traditionally in finer sushi restaurants, there's a tiny little smear of wasabi on the underside of the fish. And then you can just make yourself a little patty of rice. Again, you want to make sure that your hands are damp so that the sushi rice doesn't stick to them. And then just put the fish on top of the rice. Give it a little pat, and it'll be flat on the bottom. And this is a pretty standard, restaurant sort of presentation of sushi, and really, really easy to do at home. We're bought some pickled ginger, a little bit of wasabi in a tube, and it comes out really, really nicely. Some soy sauce, and that's it. Really not so hard to make your own sushi at home and make it look pretty close to restaurant quality, so we hope you'll give this a try. If you like this recipe, please do like and subscribe, and if you have any recipes you'd like to see Chef Caleb try on the channel, please let us know in the comments below. And remember to love your food.